Oh my God. This is so ugly. That is so ugly. Oh my God. Hello. My other DSLR camera is acting weird. So I had to take the top camera that I usually use and I had to put it here because otherwise you can't see me, right? Super pissed about it, honestly. I just got done wrestling these electronics. Of course, Mercury retrograde, right? I just got done wrestling these electronics for the past 30 minutes and now my tea's cold. Other than that, hi guys. Hi Vanessa. Hi, I miss you. Such a pain in my ass. I mean, love the camera. It makes me look like a fucking angel, but like I want my top camera. I might have to break out the old 2017 camera and put it here instead. I still have it. What's up, Leia? What's up, Dark Matter? Yeah. Well, I have my little teapot thing, and I'm going to go and pour myself another cup of tea really quick. I'm very irritable right now. I really don't like fiddling around with electric stuff. It pisses me off. I really can't stand it. But welcome to All Sides. Thank you for being here. Okay. All right, let me go grab my tea. Okay. You look extra cute today. Oh, thank you. It's the camera. It's the camera. Thanks, baby. Alrighty. Ugh, that just really pissed me off. Here's the to-do list I never finished today. So, all right. BRB. What's up, Myra? Okay, I am very sorry about that. Thank you so much for waiting. I literally just I have this little like electric teapot thing, and I just basically live in my room, honestly. If I was a woman who had no kids and just like lived on her own, like I would probably love a studio apartment, honestly. Just like sit there in my box. But I tried to plug my electric tea kettle into my room, but I have like ring lights and DSLR cameras plugged in here and a bunch of shit, basically. And so it was like the last thing. Like it was I was gonna say the camel that broke the straw's back, bitch. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. I plugged in that electric tea kettle thing in here. Y2K hit. Like it was done. It was done. I had to go in the little breaker switch thing, flip it on, flip it back off. So now I'm very upset about it. So I'm trying to think about what I can sacrifice in this room. Like I have a big vanity that I keep plugged in because if you press a little button, it has like a little glow light so you can do your makeup. And it's just like, I don't know which one to unplug. First world problems, right? What's up, Just Dam? What's up, Rambling? Venus retro, an ex from 18 years ago. Goodbye. Immediately no. It from 18 years ago. Oh God. Oh no. I better never hear from that guy. Absolutely not. No. He went to jail for putting third degree burns on a child. Like, no. Oh my God. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Girl, no. Absolutely not. But yeah, happy Monday. Women and electronics, no. And then like I was having issues with my AirPods today. Anyway, nobody really cares. Nobody really cares about my problem. So I'm just going to stop talking about that. What I will do though is I will light a candle and yeah, swear to God, you guys, I can't make this stuff up. Like can't make this stuff up. That was he was yeah, he was like 18, 19, 20 years ago. It was a nice intro to dating men. That was super fun. What a terrible intro into the dating life, honestly. All right, let me get a lighter. Like this lighting with this camera, the lighting doesn't look like this when I have my regular camera, but when I use this camera, it makes me look like I'm in heaven reading tarot. Like it's so fucking bright. Oh, do tell no, oh God. I don't know if I want to talk about that story time. That was a time in my life that I don't even really want to remember, honestly. Just rather forget that ever happened. Okay. Pew, 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 pew. Ooh, 7 years single. Good for you. Celibate too. Just kidding. That's none of my business. Okay. I need to clean this thing. Okay. I thought that the pink looks cute with the little army pants. You can't even see it. I think the pink looks kind of cute. All right. Sorry, I would have done this all beforehand, but honestly, like I was wrestling with my electronics and about to blow a gasket. Listen, that Aries 12th house, your 12th house really comes out in it's your subconscious, you know what I mean? It's like I feel like I have these suppressed anger issues that come out when I'm like really about to just snap, you know? What's up, Enigma? All right, let's see. That's what I thought, Vanessa. Just kidding. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to all signs. I hope you guys are having a great beginning to your week. Today, the sun is conjunct the North Node. So I feel like it feels like very much a completion point, in my opinion. So I hope that you guys are using the energy wisely. Nothing too big really happened with me today. I mean, the night is young, right? But I hope you guys are enjoying it. Then we're gonna have a sun conjunct Neptune. And then we're gonna have, I'm really excited for the Venus combustion this week. So Venus Cazimi, when Venus meets the heart of the sun, a little rebirth of whatever Venus rules in our personal charts. But generally speaking, love, money, relationships, self-worth, self-value, things like that. And then we're also gonna see a sextile from Venus to Pluto. And when was the last time that happened? Was that February 6th? Let me double check that. 1 second. When was the last time that happened? Google Venus sextile Pluto 2025. February 7th. So I was off by a day. February 6th, February 7th. Think about what was happening during that time, because you may see something very similar kind of pop back up. Oh, ew, I can taste Brussels sprouts in my mouth. I just cooked dinner. I cooked me and the girls steak, Brussels sprouts, and randomly Velveeta mac and cheese. And I have not had a second to brush my teeth. So, and now my parents went out and took them for ice cream. So I'm sure that they're really going to enjoy that. You have no idea how bad I want to be there for that. What's up, Carmelita? All right. All right, you guys, welcome to All Signs. This is going to be what needs to change for you. What do you feel like needs to change, you know? And I feel like we're seeing a lot of changes anyway in regards to the houses that Mercury rules, right? So check your Virgo, Gemini houses. That's going to tell you what is being revised or readjusted, reconfigured, reanalyzed, right? Perfect word for Mercury. What conversations or contracts might come back up? Are we editing that book that we were writing before it went retrograde? Are we going back, if it rules your first house, are you going back to the doctor? Are you making some appointments? Are you trying to figure out that ailment? With Venus, look to where Aries is in your chart. What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. Just forget it. Like nobody has time to sit around here and mess with this. It's probably no, it was like a weird little white thing. It looked weird. I didn't like that. It looked like a what's it called when you sever something? Amputated. It looked like an amputated piece of rice. The fuck? Um so then you want to take a look at the Aries part of your chart and the Pisces, because on March 27th, Venus is going to be going retrograde through Pisces. So you're also going to be seeing things to be reevaluated in regards to your Aries and your Pisces houses. And what houses does Venus rule for you, right? So, something to think about. We're seeing the things that are changing inevitably, and we're seeing the things that we need to change as well. We're seeing how our relationships are changing, our values are changing, our values are being readjusted to fit who we are now and our identity and where we're trying to go. So, things are changing regardless, whether we like it or not, whether we initiate it or not, it's going to happen, or we can either change or be dragged kicking and screaming through the change, right? But it doesn't have to be that volatile. um so this is going to be about what needs to change, why, and how you're going to do it. Okay. So if you guys do want to book a super chat question, you can head on over to hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book there. Okay. What's up, Brenda? What's up, Lilith and Aries? It's nice to see you. What's up, Lori? What's up, Kenneth? I'm having such a crappy day. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm starving and have no Coke. What what are we talking here? Are we talking like 80s Vegas? Or are we talking like Coca-Cola? Girl, you're on a whole nother level. What's up, Nicole? What do you mean? What happens if you have Mars and Aries opposite of transit? I'm not understanding what you mean. Like you natally have Mars and Aries. Well, this might actually be kind of nice. So you guys can see I'm shuffling the cards. Okay. That might be kind of nice for you. Certainly some reevaluations around intimacy, I would say. Venus and Mars together is can be a very great combo. Even if Venus is retrograde, she's still gonna, come bearing gifts, right? So I definitely feel like there can be some intimacy maybe happening in your life or in regards to your sense of masculinity, because we're all made up of masculine and feminine energies, and how you go about getting things and what do you value enough to take action on, and the things you want to take action on. But Venus is going to bless that little Mars in your chart, so that'll be nice. What's up, Kismet? Nice to see you. God, this is so bright. Turn that down a little. It still just looks so like a whiteout. Maybe I need to clean it off. Any change? No. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. Got it. Why is it so hot in this area of my house? It's always this area, and I swear it's because I read tarot here. Like spirits are entering through the fucking through the walls, bitch. I don't know. But it always gets so hot right here. Nowhere else. Just right here. It's the weirdest thing. My Mars is in Capricorn, baby. So I'm going to get some squares later on, but I'm going to get some squares to my Mars in the 10th house. Mars in Capricorn, 10th house. I love that placement, honestly. Okay, oh, fuck me. Sorry. All right, time to turn on some music. I'm sorry. I know that I do this to you guys all the time, and I just sit here and I yap, and like, I know that nobody cares. So I am really sorry. Give me just a second here. Every time I update my computer, like, I just hate it. All right. Yay. Okay, guys, let's see. We like you yapping. Not everybody likes that. Yeah, it's the spotlight kismet. Absolutely. Randomly cried twice today, and like, oh, bitch, I cried yesterday in my car praying for people I can't stand. Like, bitch, in my 12th house, this is where this is happening. Okay. I'm like trying to be a more high vibrational person. I have a really, like, I'm trying not to be, I can have a really nasty mouth. Like, when I feel like I can't share my feelings with like a person that I'm mad at or something like that, I will like sometimes say terrible things about that person to like somebody close to me, and then I really regret it later. But at the same time, like, who the fuck doesn't vent? You know what I'm saying? You should have that like one, maybe two people that you just feel completely uninhibited with, and you have no fear and you have enough trust to just be able to say whatever the hell is on your mind. Because if I don't, I'm going to self-destruct. I'm going to self-destruct. And I don't want to do that. Been there, done that. No, thank you. Turn it around. No. Yesterday, I got out of the gym, bawled my head off, and my whole way, by the way, on my way to go get a filet mignon from Outback, crying in my car while it's raining outside. It was very poetic, quite frankly, very Taurian. And I like got it together. I pulled up to my house. I wiped my tears and I was like, we're going to eat this filet and it's going to be incredible. And then I'm going to have some me time. And I did that and it was incredible. And that's it. That's it. Sometimes you just got to cry it out, wish the best for people, and you have to eat a filet and a baked potato, extra butter. What's up, Fire Dove? Classy, very classy. Okay. What's up, Tom? Good money, good money, good. Okay. Can we blame it on Mercury retrograde? No. I turned this on and all of a sudden you said there was a whiteout on your screen. The light is shining off of my head. We love that, Tom. We love a bald man tango dancer that has dahlias growing in his backyard. It's good to vent. Yeah, I need it. I also want to give a shout out to Nicole, who bought me a Divine Magic book the other day. That was very kind. Thank you for doing that. That was very selfless of you. It was very kind. No, thanks. No man will touch me for a very long time, honey. Sorry, buddy. I appreciate, but I don't. I really don't. Alrighty. So prime rib for me and loaded potato. Oh yeah. You know what though? I can't get down with the prime rib. Ugh. Prime rib is not. No, no. Prime rib reminds me of like the boogers of the meat industry. I tried prime rib. When I tell you I was sick, I love you. Okay. First of all, I love you. You're great. Okay. Need you to understand this. But the prime rib for me is an absolute fuck no. It is 100% a no. I could not do it. I tried it. I was at lunch with my daughter and we were waiting on my oldest daughter to get out of school. And I'm sitting there and I'm eating it. And I'm like, dear God, the texture of this is uncanny. Like it, no, no, no. Why is it like jello beef? It was so weird. I'm sorry, it was so disgusting. It was so gross. I was like, okay. And she's like, you want me to box this up for you? I'm like, absolutely not. No, thank you. I like it when it's done right. I'll never try it again because it wasn't done right the first time I tried it. Can't do it. They ruined it for me forever. Where did you have it from? Outback. I went to the same place I got fired from when in 2016. I actually frequent there often, and I'm so glad I got fired. Like, oh my God, I'm honestly so glad I got fired from there. It was a no. Um, you no, it wasn't even the fat, dude. It was just I didn't like the texture. It was gross, you know? You're never gonna make me like prime rib. What's up, new paradigm? Chicken breast dipped in barbecue sauce, mini potatoes, and long grain rice. Mm. You know, one thing I will say, it has been very difficult for me. I'm trying to say no to sweets. It is so difficult for me to say no. I mean, come on, I'm real baby Venus. But it is so difficult for me. I keep like a little candy box, like full of just an assortment of like what my daughters like. So the little sour candy things, the Twix, the Snickers, and it takes everything in me to like right now, all I can think about is that Snickers is in there right now. All I can think about is that Snickers that is in there. And I'm so glad I'm working. And I'm just praying to God that I am not going to be that week where I have to go and rummage their candy drawer and steal from my own children. Right? Ugh, Klondike bars are so good. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. Sorry about that. Welcome to All Signs. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what needs to change in your life, whether this is external, internal, whatever it is. Usually it's internal. We're going to see why you need to change it, and then we're going to see how you're going to go about that, okay, or some advice. If you want to book a super chat question, you can head on over to hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis, and you can book with me there. You can also book a personal reading there, like a full reading on Hypsee, or you can just book it on violettaalexis.com, which is obviously my website. Other than that, you can check honestly whatever placement you want. Okay, it really doesn't matter. Have fun with it. I don't care. Oh, I hope you feel better, Paradigm. So, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. Like, yeah, right, bitch. You said that 20 minutes ago. All right, cool. Thanks, Enigma. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. I know nobody cares about my crappy tarot readings either. I get it. Yay, fired up. All right, let's see. Who is knocking on my damn door? Will, your phone's right there, Khaleesi. No problem. Sorry, that was my children. I did not realize they were going to be back so soon. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. All right. Oh, don't do this today. Did it do that for you guys as well? Okay, I hope it. Oh, God, please. Okay. Well, we're just gonna go with it. Hopefully it didn't glitch for you guys. All right, let's see. Aries. Sorry, you guys, I don't have my overhead camera. Please keep in mind my other camera got weird. 10 of Pentacles on what needs to change. Three of Cups reversed. Page of Swords reversed. What do you keep giving your energy, your time, your attention to that isn't getting you to where you need to go? Honestly. This to me looks like you may be occupying your mind with some kind of either third parties or a person who brings in a bunch of drama or people that you know are not good for you or whatever it is, when there needs to be more of a focus on your, not to sound cliche, but essentially your legacy and where you're going and your long term and where you see yourself in 10 years, where you see yourself in 5 years, right? Where you see yourself next year, start off small. And I feel like some of you are giving your mind and your attention to things that are not serving you in any capacity. Like what you give attention to will automatically, almost always automatically have value in your eyes. So if you are giving your attention, let's say, to somebody who doesn't deserve it, and you keep giving your attention and giving your time and giving your energy, which is an investment, even if it's just energetically, it's still your time, something that you're never going to get back. But this person doesn't treat you well. What is that going to say about you? What are you telling yourself when you do that? And is there something else that you should be focused on? Like, for instance, maybe this is you really want a husband or a wife, or you want to be, right? Even better, you want to be a husband or a wife or whatever. This is just an example. But you are messing with, I don't know, Amanda down the street who's dating everybody, or you are messing with Joe from wherever who won't even pay for your dinner, you know, or whatever it is. It's like, okay, do you really, are you trying to make a square fit into a circle? Why does this need to change? Well, I feel like this is self-explanatory. Well, regardless of why, it's going to change whether you like it or not. It's just about how early are you willing, how early on are you willing to learn the lesson before it drags you by the hair? You know? Because I think that there are some things that are definitely unfinished in your life that you're needing to complete. But you may be once again giving your attention or giving your time to things that are creating a lot of chaos in your life, a lot of chaos in your mind and your heart, etc. Because like if you keep giving to something, if you keep like giving your energy or investing your time and your energy into something, and you just keep doing it hoping that this is going to change or you're going to get a different result, 10 years down the road you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to be like, where did I go wrong? Well, okay. Because this is about you. Surprise. The star reversed. The Three of Pentacles and the Two of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing that old TikTok sound where it was like, change the pattern or it will repeat tomorrow. Change the pattern or it will repeat tomorrow, or whatever. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The Three of Pentacles is about getting where it is that you need to go, but needing to be a student of life, needing to learn from others, needing to work with others in order to get there. And I'm feeling like with that star in reverse, if this is really about you needing to heal yourself enough to figure out why you are surrounding yourself with the people that you're surrounding yourself with, or the experiences that you're surrounding yourself with, or why you keep giving attention to whatever, to these things, and how that's really going to help you make a decision to be able to move forward and be different, do different, choose different. Because change really ultimately is the ultimate healer. That is the ultimate healer, is change. And healing hurts. That's not easy. That is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you guys so much. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Let's move on. Oh my God, I forgot to put Aries. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I forgot to put this thing here. Damn it. I'm sorry, you guys. All right. What's up, Dolly? Okay. All right, let's move on. I didn't realize you were doing an all signs too. What did you think I was doing? Did I always do an all signs? All right. All right, let's do Taurus. Taurus, let's go ahead and take a look at what needs to change. Ace of Wands reversed. Are you guys procrastinating? Not Taurus. The Nine of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. Not to be a cliche, but follow your passion, Taurus. Some of you may be putting a lot of energy into certain pursuits that aren't really sparking your interest. And like sometimes we got to do that. Okay, I get it. But I really want you to think about what drives you. What really drives you? What motivates you? What is the thing that you would do even for free? Like, what is the thing that you would still partake in for free? That is your passion and that could actually make you money or get you to a sense of being able to enjoy your life more? Is there a way that you can work smarter, not harder? Or is there something that you're needing to master in your own life, even if it's yourself? So that way you can become more motivated. It really, if anything, it's telling you to stop procrastinating on some kind of dream that leads to a level of independence that you have not really seen before. And being able to not take things so seriously and have fun with it. You know, that Knight of Wands, he or she is a very like, it doesn't matter. You know, like the Knight of Wands, he or she can not take things so seriously. They kind of make a joke out of life. They're the life of the party. They know how to have fun. And some of you, maybe you're putting too much pressure on yourself in some way, or you're feeling like something has to be perfect, or, you know, and I feel like you just need to do what's fun for you. Like, what is fun for you? But stop waiting around for it to come to you. Stop waiting around for, you know, I feel like you'll have your time. I feel like you'll have that moment when you master something and things and opportunities do start coming to you, but you'll realize that once you actually give to your passions or you give to the thing that you would do even for free, you'll notice that when you're truly following your purpose in that way, a lot of things will just kind of fall in your lap and you're like, "Oh." And really it's almost like, you know, not to be silly, but it's almost like when you give a dog a treat for doing a trick. "Oh, good boy, good girl," right? And some of you nasties probably like that kind of talk, right? The Knight of Pentacles for why it needs to change. The Queen of Cups reversed. And the Six of Swords. Ooh. I need you guys to trust yourselves, but you're going to need to work on that. There are some things that are very unresolved in you. It could be um you know, like for instance, maybe you've been gaslit a lot in your life. And so, you know, when you're gaslit, especially at a very young age, this is just an example, but if you start getting gaslit, especially at a very young age, it starts to chip away at the relationship you have with yourself. Because now you have somebody else telling you that your reality is not your reality. Your reality is not your reality, and what you think about a situation or your perspective is wrong. So then you start to distrust yourself and lean on more of somebody else's understanding that may not always have your best interest at heart. And I feel like you need to rebuild that relationship with yourself. You need to work on that with yourself. Because I feel like there's a very creative, sensitive, loving being in you, but it's almost like you're needing to reactivate that through the relationship with yourself. Six of Pentacles reversed. Three of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles. You are worth going after your dreams. You are worth living your dream. You are worth going after that plan that somebody gaslit you into thinking was ridiculous. you are worth those things. You hold value. Your plan or your ideas hold value. You are worthy of following through with them. And it's okay to invest in these things, but you have to start. You have to start somewhere. You have to do it, you know? And for some of you, you may be giving to something that is draining your energy, draining your money, draining your self-esteem. And it's saying one or the other. Seven of Pentacles is saying one or the other. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. Thank you guys so much. I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Hello, Brandon. Okay, Gemini. Maybe I'll just get a second one of these webcams. God, I hate Mercury retrograde. Sometimes. I need a head massage. I need a full body rub down. You know, I went to that Edgar Casey place, and the guy that was massaging me was so inappropriate. I never went back there. I never said anything, and I should have. But I mean, like, he was talking about like sex and like backdoor stuff to me. And I never even mentioned this. It was so uncomfortable. It was so weird. I never got another massage again after that. This is like maybe like a year and a half ago. It was so creepy. It was so scary. I like could not wait to get out of there. It was the scariest. It was so scary, honestly. Swear to God on everything. It was so scary. He doesn't work here anymore, Carmen. Ugh. It was terrifying, honestly. It was so weird. I was like, this is so, it was so weird. Like he was touching my underwear. It was so weird. I should have said something, but I never did. I never did. I wish I would have been like recording, you know, or like have my phone. Like I would like, ugh, my God. And that is the second time that has happened to me. The other time I went to, what was it called? I ended my membership there. I never went back there. I changed my card and everything. I didn't like, I just didn't even want to talk about it. I didn't want to, it was so scary. But I never went back there. And then I didn't get a massage for a really long time. And then like I went to the Edgar Casey, and that was the first time after not going to one. Because that other guy, the first time that had been happened to me, like I just didn't want to go and get another massage like ever again. And then I was like, oh well, you know, I need to be open to it. And then I went and like it happened again. And I was like, this is so weird. I always think about going back there sometimes and mentioning it. I always think about going back there. But it's like one of those things, like I've had a lot of instances like this happen to me where there's been some kind of like, I don't know what you want to call it, abuse. I don't know. And I just ran away from it. Like I just completely ran away. Like I can't tell you how many times I've done that. It was so weird. So I always want to go for a massage, but I'm always scared so from now on I'm just gonna request a woman because I feel like that will lessen my chances, you know, but and like I tried to make it not about that. Where I was like, oh, I'll just, you know, it doesn't matter. Like just because he's a man, it doesn't matter. He's not gonna do that. Like it happened twice. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'll ask for a woman next time, but I mean, I just must have like the worst luck or something. But that was I was really scared. That was really scary. Yeah, it was really scary. So now I always get I get afraid to go to a masseuse, dude. Thanks, Carmen. Yeah, it is sexual abuse, right? Like I'm not crazy, right? Like that is sexual abuse, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, so sorry, Gemini. I didn't mean to get weird on your your reading. I'm really sorry. Um, anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at what needs to change. The Wheel of Fortune reverse. Okay, I just gotta say it because I hear it. Some of you feel like a failure and you're not. You're in your own head about it. Okay, you gotta let go of that narrative. Ooh. There's a man in your life, okay, for some of you, whether you're male or female, but I feel like this is for a feminine though. If you're a feminine, I feel like there's a repetitive cycle that you've been going through over and over and over again. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what the cycle is. It doesn't tell me necessarily. It could be financial, okay, for some of you. It could be financial, but it could be relationship wise. And you keep repeating it. And there's somebody in your life who's giving you solid advice, or you need to seek out some kind of like financial advisor, or somebody's actually even like a friend, whatever it is, it's a masculine figure in your life who's trying to give you some like legitimate advice. And some of you may not be listening to this person when you really need to. Okay. For others of you, you have to really stop getting so stuck on controlling a situation, feeling like you have to control another person, control the outcome, something like that, because you feel like it's going to benefit you. When really, I feel like you need to take a walk and clear your head. Okay, I feel like you need to be thinking of you need to be, especially if you're a masculine. Okay, if you're a masculine energy, you have to let go of some level of control and be fair and act with integrity, and not to sound like I'm from the 1800s, but with honor. Because there may be this like, how do I say this? Some of you are trying to intimidate another person, is what I want to say. And I really feel like it's going to backfire, okay? For some of you, it could be that, or it's around finances. For others of you, you just simply have a very rigid way of thinking, and it's about thinking more outside of the box, or understanding that there's a different way to go about getting what you want than the way you've been going about it. And I feel like the way is through letting go of feeling like you need to control something, severing these repetitive patterns in your life, because for some of you, this is the way that you've always gone about something, or you've attempted to go about something and it's not serving you. And it's really about, because the King of Swords, I actually really like the King of Swords. He's very fair. You know, he doesn't fuck around. He's very honest and he's very fair, and he's going to do what's right at the end of the day. And he's not afraid of the truth, and he's not afraid to tell another person the truth. So I feel like it's also about being receptive to truth and speaking yours if need be. Okay. Why this needs to change is the Hermit, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Wands reverse. So like what, so I feel like you guys really need, okay, this is going to be very controversial, okay? So, some of you this can be reversed, but some of you really need to take some time out. You need to take some time out and grasp some self-awareness, because I feel like for some of you, you may be making it about everybody else or somebody else when if you put the focus on you and you're understanding that the world is responding to you and not always the other way around, I feel like you're going to get a lot further. Because there's like this level of success that you want, or this certain kind of response that you want from people or a person, or you want to be celebrated for something, you want a pat on the back, or you want, and we all want that to some extent, be fucking for real, you know? But it's like the way that you may be going about it may not be what, like, it may suit you in the moment, but long term, I feel like it's gonna like blow up in your face, or you know what I mean? Like, God, like, eh. There is stuff that we have all put out on the internet, you know, or a lot of people who have put on the internet to try to get attention, including myself. And like, in the long run, not the way to go about it. Like, it was not the way to go about it. Regret it. Holy shit, no. You know, instead of taking the shortcut, I should have done this. Or, you know what I'm saying? And like, we can't change the past, but we can change what we're doing right now. Wow. Wow. The lover is the emperor, the eight of swords. Period. So once again, there's a lot of masculine energy here, you know, and I don't know if this is you. I don't know. I don't know if this is somebody else, but let's say you are the masculine. It's like the way that you go about getting what you want speaks everything about who you are. It also tells us a lot about our insecurities and what we feel like we need to do in order to get our needs met, which tells a lot about our past or even how we were raised to some extent. But this is about, I don't want to say detaching from that, because I think it's important to like remember that part of yourself and understanding that that can be something that you repeat or that you get stuck in. But this is about making, not having a specific attachment to an outcome per se, not feeling like you have to control those around you, but finding that you have a sense of inner authority and control over yourself and who you are. And you determine your own destiny in one way or another. And making those higher self decisions and making those logical choices and acting from a place of integrity, right? Because the lovers comes after the hierophant. What is the hierophant? The hierophant is values, morals, and then the lovers comes. This is now when we can connect. Now this is when we connect, when we've established that this is right and this is good and this is the foundation for who I am or who I want to be with, etc. Because it's not about everybody else, you know. And that's when we give our power away, is when we think, oh, well, they did this and they did that, and you know, but we have so much more power than we think that we do. So much more. But when we give up that, when we blame, when we become the victim, when we forget entirely what we have done to get here, okay? That is when we give up our own sense of our identity and who we could become at its highest, at our highest. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. All right, let's move on to Cancer. Let me put it like this. Your partner that you choose tells me everything that I need to know about how you feel about yourself. Okay. So let's move on to Cancer. So Cancer, let's go ahead and see what needs to change. Ooh. Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Standard. The Devil reversed. Round and round, round and round. That's what I'm hearing. What are you settling for? What are you settling for that's boring for you? What are you settling for? Even if it's not, doesn't have to be about a person. Could be about a job, could be about a person, could be about you, you know? What routines do you have in place on a day-to-day basis that you know are not good for you? What are you inviting in your day-to-day life that you know is toxic or that you know is toxic for you, toxic for the people around you? Do you keep staying in the same place because this is just what you're used to? Or is it out of fear? Because the Eight of Pentacles in reverse really likes to show up when either well, when we're not meeting our own standard and we keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Whether it is about allowing a certain kind of person, a certain whatever, still says everything that I need to know about you. You know, it's really about you. It's always about you more than not, right? And how is this affecting your life? Because it's almost like we're on the merry-go-round. We go around and round and round, and then we don't get off, but we start at square one. And maybe we hop from, I don't know, the horsey to the, I don't know what's on a merry-go-round, to the unicorn. But it's still the same ride. It's still the same ride, and we don't understand why we haven't gotten anywhere, you know? And it's really about just, well, I'm afraid what happens when I get off. But some of you, it could be something as simple as like, you know, you got a crappy ass diet and you're wondering why you're not meeting your fitness goals. You know, it can be that. It can be you're stuck at the same lame ass job and you hate it and you're not doing anything about it, but you're sulking about it as well. You know, Five of Swords in reverse can be like where we just feel like we just keep losing. I can never win. You know, it's very like Eeyore, you know. I don't want no cake. I don't want no candles. It's about doing the work. It's about doing the work is really what it comes down to. But first, there needs to be a realization that something is not working. There needs to be accountability that something is not working, whether that's an addiction, a routine, a job. You know, what is it about us? What is it about you that is not allowing you to change the things that you want to change or master the things that you want to master? Why does this need to change? 10 of Cups reversed. Judgment reversed. And the Page of Pentacles. Some of you just keep putting a smile on your face and acting like it's fine, acting like things are fine. Just walking around with a big old smile on your face that's not even always necessarily the truth. It's not the truth of how you feel. Because I feel like you're ignoring something bigger. And if you're afraid that if you let the smile slip, or the mental facade in your own mind of what you tell yourself slip, that you'll have to face something. You'll have to deal with something. And I'm here to tell you, you are absolutely right. But first, you must admit that there's an issue. Like, you want true emotional fulfillment, you have to put in the effort. You have to start the thing. You have to do the thing. You have to get off this merry-go-round. You have to stop telling yourself that this is how it is and there's nothing that you can do, because that is giving your power to something or someone else outside of yourself when that is just not the case. Your advice: Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Empress. Damn. Damn. You already know how to get here. That's the thing. You already know what you need to do to get there. And the Queen of Pentacles, this is actually cardinal energy, right? And the Queen of Pentacles, she's going to make it happen. She's going to make it happen. No matter what, she's going to make it happen. Period. That's it. She'll make it happen. That Five of Wands in the middle of the Queen of Pentacles with the Empress is so interesting to me. Because I feel like it's more so about making something happen inside of yourself. The Empress already has everything that she needs. She doesn't need to chase anything down. She doesn't need to um beg for someone or something to see her worth. She already has all of it. She is the divine feminine. She is Venus. She is creative and she's beautiful, or he, okay, and is abundant and is the life bringer, so to speak. And you are the one that has the ability to make it all happen. And this is who you are. You just haven't grasped it yet. Not fully. because you're on the Ferris wheel or whatever, you know. But this, don't get me wrong, the Queen of Pentacles is great. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is, it's Capricorn. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna and there's the fight that comes with it. There's the climb to the top, and the Empress is like, thanks, I have everything that I need right here. You know? And for some of you, if you're a masculine dealing with two feminine energies, this is really about asking yourself. Now, there's nothing wrong with the Queen of Pentacles. I need you to understand. Okay. Nothing wrong with the Queen of Pentacles. But there are four queens, but there is one Empress. And the Empress only wants an emperor and only deserves an emperor. She doesn't want a king. Four kings equal one emperor. What is she going to do with a little measly king? No. Bigger fish to fry. So if you are masculine and you're dealing with two women, there's one where you could probably stay the same and that would suffice. But then there's another option that you may have with somebody with a feminine energy that is a divine feminine, and you could reach to meet that, or you can settle for what is, and that's also okay. That's totally okay. But if you're not, it's in you, the change, where that change needs to come from. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Let's go ahead and look at Leo. Ooh, I gotta pee. Not the day old week. Just might get out. Oh my God. Not the from 7-Eleven. Oh my God. Help. Oh my God. I gotta pee. I can't. I'll be right back. Hold on. By the way, by the way. I'm not going to show you guys, but I published my first little tarot spread book. But I had them re-edit it, so it's back into editing right now. But I'll show you the back. It was a fun little project for me that came in today. I was so excited. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and take a look here. I'm just gonna let Lori deal with that because I feel like she pretty much has it handled. Thanks, guys. Very excited. That was exciting. That's fun for me. Oh, thanks, Faye, baby. Can I buy a signed book? Oh, shit. That's so cute. I mean, yeah, maybe. I would have to like, that means I would have to like order one, or I could put it on my wish list and then you buy it, it's sent to me, and then I sign it, and then I would have to send it to you. If you're gonna get a signed one, wait for my next one. Okay. This one has a lot of effort being put into it. Not that this one doesn't have some effort in it. It's 124 pages. It's pretty good. But this other one is, get that one signed, okay? Oh my God. Rambling, please. Okay, Leo. Oh, I wanted to let you guys know. I'm doing something new for whoever wants it. I only want to take on 2 people though, because it's kind of a lot. But for people that are interested in Zoom calls with me, but don't want to pay the, $300 to $400 Zoom calls because it's per Zoom call, I am allowing the first 2 people that email me on info@Violetta Alexis. If you guys want 4 hour-long Zoom sessions, it will be a flat 500, and you will get 1 meeting for 4 weeks. Okay. So that's only if you're interested, obviously, and you're more than welcome to email me if that is something that you feel capable of doing right now. Okay. So it's 4 sessions for $500, just letting you guys know. All right, let's go ahead and do Leo. Leo, let's go ahead and take a look at what needs to change. Okay, let's see what needs to change. Ten of Swords reversed. Eight of Wands. Ace of Cups. This seems very straight to the point, honestly. There's something that you've been through that was either very traumatizing, very difficult, exhausting. It really messed with you, is what I want to say. And this is the time where you ask yourself, what am I going to do about it? And how am I going to evolve? What purpose did this experience serve me in my life? And how do I move forward with the information that I have now that I didn't have before this shitty ass event? Maybe you're the one that screwed up somewhere. Okay, that could be it as well. And same thing applies. What did you learn? What did we learn? Right? And now take those lessons, refill your cup, and start brand new. But there has to be a sense of evolution here. I believe that the Ten of Swords is Jupiter and Gemini. I think it's Jupiter and Gemini, which is where we're at right now with Jupiter. So Jupiter doesn't do well in Gemini, but it's still Jupiter, bitch, right? It's still Jupiter. And what is Jupiter? Well, it's life lessons, it's philosophy, it's growth, it's expansion. Expansion of what? Eight of Wands, the mind. What did we learn, right? And how has that changed our perspective on love, on creativity, on passion, on who we are, and how we conduct ourselves on a day-to-day basis? I will say this, some of you need to be quiet. Like so some of you are like this is for a very, very small few of you. Some of you are trauma dumping on people that like did not ask for it, okay? And trauma dumping comes when we have a lot of unhealed, uh open-ended connections. We have a lot of unexplained things. We feel like we don't have answers. And sometimes it's not about why somebody else did something, why somebody else said this, why somebody else ghosted me, why my mother did this to me, really. And it's about how, and it's about what. How do we move on from this? How do we grow from this? And what did we learn, right? And being honest with ourselves about the facts and what was that is what it is, instead of trying to create our own narrative on what we want something to be. You know what I mean? Five of Pentacles reversed. Hmm. Four of Wands reversed. This is why it needs to change. King of Wands reversed. Well, King of Wands is Leo. Okay. Mm, if you're a masculine, some of you have like a wound around either abandonment or not being worthy, or maybe feeling like, you know, there's only one thing about you that is lovable or acceptable, or like it's like one thing that you feel attracts someone to you. Like, let's say you have a lot of money or something, and it is really about, okay, this is just an example, okay? Let's say you have a lot of money and that's what you lead with. That's what you lead with when it comes to relationships and when it comes to, you know, getting people attracted to you. And I get it, we all have our things, right? But what would happen if you took that away and you just had to show up as self? And what wound comes around not wanting to do that? And how does that define you? And how have you allowed that to define you? And how has it really kept you from a person authentic to you finding you? You know, and I'm not saying it's about money, okay? This is just an example, because it's something that you utilize that feeds more of your ego than it does your soul. And whether you're male or female, it can still be abandonment wounds, self-worth wounds that keeps you attracting a certain kind of person. Something about the ego here. Queen of Swords reversed. The Temperance and the Seven of Swords. Stop avoiding some kind of truth. It's not doing you any favors. And I think it's because like the truth sucks, you know? The truth sucks. It sucks. But the truth will bring you further than any lie you tell yourself. It will really bring you to the essence of who you are. It will bring you down to the child within that essentially the ego protects at the end of the day, right? We all have an ego. There's nothing wrong with having an ego. If we didn't have an ego, we wouldn't get out of bed every day and do the things that we do. We need an ego, but we need a healthy sense of ego, you know? And I really want to say, have a balanced thought process. try not to lose your cool. Um, learn from your mistakes, shit like that, you know? Don't avoid it. So that is what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. I got to get my Vaseline. What's up, Boombastic? All right. Thank you, Lori. info@violettaalexis.com. You can just go to, yeah, like my website, violettaalexis.com. Sorry, I don't mean like, Here, I'll write it down for you. There you go. Yeah. All right. Ooh. Okay. Let's move on to Virgo. Virgo. Let's see what needs to change, baby. The Ten of Wands. The Four of Swords. Oh. The Nine of Cups. What's standing in the way of you and your individual desires? And the way that you serve others, or even the mental baggage that you take on, is it really necessary? Because the Ten of Wands can talk about a sense of responsibility that we take on that isn't even our own all the time. You know, do you live at home with your parents, and maybe you have narcissistic parents, or a narcissistic parent and a bipolar parent, and so you have to constantly monitor their emotions and make sure that, or did you grow up like that, and so now that's how you think and that's how you operate in the world, and how is that standing in the way of your own personal happiness? And for some of you, are you making things, okay, for some of you on the other side of the coin, in your mind, do you make things harder than they actually need to be? Because what we tend to do sometimes, right, especially mercurial people, okay, they tend to worry a lot because they're looking for the problems. The higher vibration of Mercury ruled people, Gemini, Virgo, they're looking for the solution to a problem. Okay. But when we're creating problems where there are no problems, well, life has enough fucking problems, right? And so sometimes it's really about focusing on what is happening right now. The other day, I was sitting in my car eating Wendy's. with the frosty nonetheless, and fries, and dipping my fries in the frosty. Thank you very much. I will do it again. 10 out of 10, no notes. And I started really worrying about something specific. Oh God, oh God, oh God. And because and connecting all of the dots, and then I'm like, shut the fuck up, honestly. You are sitting in your car. You look adorable in pink. Um, Secondly, third, you're eating a delicious chocolate frosty right now in the parking lot of the gym. What are you talking about? And sometimes you need to give yourself a second to ground yourself back down into reality and stop taking on the responsibility of something that he hasn't even been made a reality in your life yet, if it even will, you know? And it's getting in the way of your own personal happiness. Why? Death. Yeah, great card to come after what I just said, right? Death, the Fool reversed, the Hierophant reversed. Even in the face of some of the harshest change, some of the uncanny changes, some of the toughest breakups, right? We have to keep our eye on the light of the tunnel that we can't always quite see yet, but we know it's there. And I really feel like that's important for you because if you look at the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, okay, and you see the Grim Reaper, or whatever you want to call him, right? And he's riding on that fucking horse, if I remember correctly. And then there's one guy and he's begging for his life and he's terrified. And then there's another like younger boy and he's like excited of what the change is going to bring. And if you see it in the background, there's like the sun coming out. And it's so much about understanding what comes after and not allowing yourself to be stuck on a specific narrative or this doom and gloom kind of mindset that is either causing you to make reckless decisions that go against who you truly are, or understanding that you need to take the leap. You need to take some kind of leap in your life that aligns with who you are, what you want, what your values are, the foundation of your life, and how that contributes to your overall sense of happiness. Your advice is Justice reversed, Eight of Cups reversed, the Two of Swords. Stop settling in places that you were never supposed to be comfortable in. It doesn't feel comfortable because it's not meant to be comfortable. It's not supposed to be comfortable. It's like when you touch a hot stove and you're like, oh my God, that hurts. That is a sign. Sometimes that is a sign that this is not meant for you. Okay. Stop avoiding. Um, Stop avoiding certain decisions because you feel like like for instance, this is like really a stupid example because I can't really think of another one, but like if you keep like having, if you keep taking your mom out to dinner every week and she's just like very abusive, like verbally abusive, or she makes passive aggressive comments towards your appearance or towards your past or something like that, like stop pretending like you didn't hear that shit. Like stop. Why are you suffering? For what reason? Who told you that you had to do that? Is somebody paying you? Okay. I didn't think so. So, but you need to make some very serious decisions in your life and stop settling for what somebody else told you that you deserved or settling for second best or whatever it is. Who told you to take on that mindset? So that is what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. What's up, Easy Dean? Thanks. All right, let's move on to Libra. Libra, let's see what needs to change in you or in your life. Seven of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands. The Two of Cups reversed. I'm getting two different scenarios. I'm just going to be real with you. Some of you are very intimidated by another person, or you have very much let your defenses down, or you are walking with your tail between your legs when it comes to a situation, or you feel like you can't compete or you shouldn't have to in some situations, and the Seven of Wands in reverse, this likes to show up when we feel either super defensive, defenseless, when we feel intimidated by a person, sometimes jealousy as well. Okay. And for some of you, it really depends on what side of the coin you're on. But you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, and excuse me, I'm a little rusty on the Greek mythology, but I remember something about Aphrodite and Psyche is what I want to say her name was. Something like that. Okay. And Aphrodite, Venus, she was like the most beautiful queen in the world, and or the goddess, right? And like everybody just knew she was, and God, all hail Aphrodite, right? But then I think it was Psyche. She comes in and then she's very, very beautiful, and and Venus gets jealous of her and then makes her go through these hoops and makes her suffer because forgetting that she's the most worshipped goddess in the entire kingdom, as she forgot who she was. And some of you are Venus in this situation. Others of you are Psyche in this situation. Okay. And I'm not saying it's between two women. Okay. This is just what the story reminded me of. And it's causing you to disconnect with this. Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. It's nurturing, it's loving, it's even, can be a little mothering in some way, but it's sweet and it's kind and it's understanding and it's loving, and it's either disconnecting you from that part of yourself where you find yourself maybe being mean in some way, or being passive aggressive towards somebody when you don't need to be, or you guys find yourself being bullied and feeling like you can't come out on top because of it. And it's like, you need to put your big boy or your big girl pants on, and you need to remember who the fuck you are, and you need to take the lead in your own life in some way, instead of allowing yourself to feel cornered or belittled, or if you're doing the belittling, etc. Okay, because that will come back to you 120%. Okay, so whichever ever side of the coin you're on. Some of you, it is simply that maybe there's like a promotion, for instance, that you want to go after, but you feel like you don't got it. You do. You just need to get over yourself. Honestly, you do have it. But ask yourself where that lack of confidence is coming from. You know what I used to do, honestly? I mean, once in a while I still do this. Like I will sometimes act completely fucking delusional. Okay? Because it's only delusion until you actually make it happen, right? It's only delusion until you make it happen. Sometimes you got to live in that facade. That's why I love Neptune sometimes. Okay? Sometimes you need that. You need that Neptunian flair. You know, you walk in and you're like, oh, I already have this. Like, ugh, it's such a waste for me to be here because I already know that this is mine. I don't even know why I had to show up. They should have just gave it to me. You know, like sometimes you have to kind of think like that. Sorry if this mic is super loud. Let me turn this down a little. Why? The moon reversed. The Ace of Pentacles. The Six of Cups. Oh, I think that once you overcome that initial fear, like I have a big fear of, I know nobody cares about me, but I have a big fear of like reading my writing out loud. I have like a very big fear of it. And I was reading, I wrote a story about the magician and tarot and, or I wrote the fool and the magician, but I was reading the fool and I remember, and it was just like my ex, like me and him were just talking and, you know, I went to go read it to him and I found myself like starting to cry because Chiron and Gemini, right? But I started to cry because I was afraid that, you know, I was going to sound stupid or even though I'm an incredible writer, right? But I was like fearful, like, oh God, I'm going to sound so stupid. But once I did it and just like overcame it, I was able to read anything in front of him. You know, I was able to read anything. And I feel like it's really about just overcoming that part of yourself, connecting with your gifts. Two of Cups reverse, Six of Cups. And you're going to see the seeds that you plant and that begin to plant for you. And you just need water them. Thanks, Vanessa. The Hanged Man reverse, the Sun in reverse, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. I'm getting like this, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Who fucking cares? You know, it's not a big deal. That's what I'm getting from that. Like the Hangman, the Sun. And speaking of Neptune, right? So funny that that card came out. I love that. I love tarot sometimes. Oh, Libra. If this is you on the end of where like you feel like you don't have the self-esteem, okay? Um, I assure you it's in there. But it really is about doing the thing that scares the shit out of you sometimes. Believe me. Okay, I could definitely take this advice, but sometimes it's about doing the thing that scares the shit out of you. Because at the end of the day, you really realize that nobody really cares. No, honestly, for the most part, right? And people that do care about, you know, silly little things like this and whatever, then they have probably nothing going on in their lives. But also, like, if this is about you, like making somebody else feel insignificant in some way, or like you are kind of the bad news bears over here, it's really about having empathy and compassion. And, you know, because people that go around trying to hurt others, people that go around trying to insult people, people that go around trying to do that, it's really a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And it's cliche, but cliches are cliches for a reason. And it's something to really look at. And I feel like some of you need to have more compassion for yourselves in regards to what it is that you're insecure about that you may be projecting onto another person. for others of you. Um, if you are the one that's being bullied in some way, okay, um, I really, it's really hard, like, to be like, I've dated so many people where they felt like they had to put me down in order to like keep me down so that way, I would be too afraid to leave because my self-esteem was so low or something. Like, it's really about seeing that in another person and thinking, wow, I am really sorry that somebody has failed you. I'm really sorry that you feel like you have to do that, you know, and that's hard. That's a hard one. It doesn't mean that you should take it, okay? It doesn't mean that you should take it or anything like that. Stand up for yourself, okay? If you deem it necessary, stand up for yourself. Because I think that pushing through fear is what builds courage, truly. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Libra. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You threw up on the way to speech class. I'm so dead. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Scorpio. Let's see. Should I go ahead and let me go ahead and shuffle these. Well, people that do that, it is very sad. It is very sad because I can guarantee you that somebody probably did that to them. And it doesn't make it right. 100% it does not make it right. But usually people that feel the need to do that, whether it's very direct or in a passive aggressive way to try to beat you down in order for them to feel better, they're not usually willing to come out of their own ego or come out of their own perspective to be able to make the change and initiate the shadow work that they need to in order to just be able to be somebody who feels good enough about themselves to lift others up. And if they feel like somebody is above them, they are inspired as opposed to threatened. They find inspiration where others would maybe find a threat and be like, "Oh, you know what? That's inspiring. I'm going to get there. Tell me how you do it," or whatever. And it takes usually somebody who's really been through the ringer to get to that point. What's up, Redmond? Hi, baby. And we're all human, right? We all make mistakes, and that's okay too. Thanks to JMA. Thanks, Miss Redmond. My freaking DSLR camera just like stopped working. And so I had to use my above camera that, usually you guys can like see the cards. I need to shave my arm, but they're not too bad. But and so I had to use my top camera for here. But I'm kind of digging it. That's right, ladies. I have severe stage fright, flunked speech class. No. Yeah, I have really bad stage fright too. All right. Hopefully I shuffled these good enough. After Scorpio, I think I'm gonna get a cup of tea, if that's okay with you guys. Um, I love your hair, V. Oh, thank you. Makes me think girly innocence. Well, fooled ya. I love pink. I do. I think I look really good in pink. Pink and yellow I look really good in. I actually really don't like myself that much in black. Anyway, let me actually heat up my teapot really quick if you guys don't mind. I'll be right back, Scorpio. Oh my God, Miss Redmond. Oh my goodness, how scary. Okay. Sorry about that. My girls were in there and I just could not leave without giving their little cheeks a bunch of kisses. They're so cute, honestly. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. I get the zoomies when I'm around them. Hmm. Okay, Scorpio, let's go ahead and take a look. All right, Scorpio, what needs to change? King of Cups reversed. So you may be a masculine. Okay. Hmm. Three of Swords reversed. Ooh. Ooh, Knight of Swords reversed. If you're a feminine Scorpio, this may be reversed, okay? Why does it dangle like that, like a floppy wiener? I'm sorry. Well, ooh. All right, you ready? Like I said, okay, reverse this if you need to, because it very well may be reversed. You know, the King of Cups is in the upright, right? He's very emotionally mature. He's my favorite king, okay? Very emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent, is in control of his emotions, you know. He's a good guy. You know, he's the guy that you can talk to about anything and he knows what to do with it. Okay. In more ways than one. Hello. But he's the most sexual as well of all of the kings. He's the most sexual. And when he's in reverse, he tends to be very full of shit. He tends to say whatever he feels like he needs to say in order to get his needs met, right? Whatever needs those may be. He is also the type to cheat. He can be very promiscuous. Even if it's just like online or who knows, right? And there's urges that he doesn't keep contained. It's very much a lack of self-control. And then I see the Three of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse, which tells me that there are some inner triggers that you may have, and you don't know how to deal with them. There are old wounds that you're still holding on to. There are grudges that you haven't let go of. There are unhealed things inside of you that is creating this level of behavior. Sorry, my eyes are weird. Like when I was in my early 20s and I was being a little bit of a, let's, let me put it super eloquently. I was in a little bit of a hoe phase. Okay. And looking back at that, I realized that I was trying to fill a void, and I was trying to avoid everything that was hurting me inside. I was trying to avoid myself. I was trying to avoid what happened to me. And I was drinking so much for so long. I'm surprised I am not dead, honestly. And when we have these triggers and we have these wounds, we try to figure out ways to go about either healing them, right? That would be ideal, but most of us don't do that in the beginning, do we? We try to find ways to mask. We try to find ways to fill the void. We try to find ways to avoid what the fuck is really going on. And I feel like that is you. Why does this need to change? Page of Cups reversed. Ah, there it is. The Four of Pentacles. Mhm. The Nine of Swords. Wow. Ooh, I heard I never feel safe. Some of you as a child, you may have been abused. You grew up in a abused household. There could have been something that happened to you in your youth. Something to do with the mind, the head, something to do with anxiety, something to do with trauma. The Nine of Swords is mental. So it can be about the head. It can be about your nervous system, things of that nature. And I feel like a lot of you are really just trying to protect that little boy or that little girl inside of you. And so, like, for instance, you may have found that, like, if you grew up with like a really abusive father, okay, or something, God forbid, but if you did, right, you may have found that your way to safety was to avoid, right? Avoid situations, avoid, which ultimately led to you avoiding yourself and where pain was coming from. And so now you find ways to escape it. Like you tried to escape your father, right? And I think it's really about allowing that, not to be corny, but allowing that child inside of you to have space, to be able to cry it out, to be able to be like, yes, this happened to me, to be able to rage, if he or she wants to. Because it just, to me, makes me feel like you're trying to keep that part of you safe by avoiding the reason you needed to feel safe in the first place. The Strength, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Cups reversed. A lot of you view emotion as a weakness, or you view empathy as a weakness, or you view vulnerability as a weakness, or you feel like admitting that you have emotions is a form of weakness, when it is actually quite the opposite. When you're able to admit something that you deem as embarrassing, or that you can admit has hurt you, that's actually a form of strength, because it takes courage. And it's about truth with that Ace of Swords. It's about your personal truth, not the truths that you tell yourself. So that way you can avoid what's really going on. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Scorpio. For some of you, that was reversed. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about how the cards come out. But thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question with me, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Let me go and pour my tea because my teapot just got done heating up. Okay. Piranha. Oh, interesting. short hair. Yes. Okay, sorry about that. I had to get my little tea because they got it. Am I the only one crying? Oh no, why? What's wrong? Are you okay? Just a mush. Aw. I hope it's not anything I said. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you for waiting. Oh my God. I want to show you. Okay, you guys don't laugh. I mean, you're welcome to. But when I was a young girl, they had asked me to be on the cover of their history book at my school. You want to see what I used to look like? Oh my God. Oh my God. Who the fuck is That's right. I'm on the back too, bitch. Look at that swag. Look at that. Look at those baggy jeans and those platform shoes. Oh my God. So funny. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to Sagittarius. What's up, Dominic? You're famous. No thanks. You're adorable. Thanks. All right, Sag, let's go ahead and see what needs to change. The Chariot reversed. The Page of Wands. The High Priestess. Okay. This feels pretty simple to me. I mean, simple and not simple. I just feel like there needs to be a a reprioritization of what's important to you. There may be something that you don't have a whole lot of confidence in, especially when it comes to the unknown. And no, nobody really has confidence when it comes to the unknown. That's why it's the unknown, right? We don't know what the hell is happening. We're not used to this. This is something that, like where you feel a situation where you may feel like you're being thrown to the wolves in some way. And I say, do it. Throw yourself to the wolves. Because I feel like that is how you're going to reach your highest potential. Because the Chariot in reverse, it can represent a few things. It can represent where we're forcing something. It can, represent where we need to reprioritize. But it can also represent where we're stuck. And it can a lot of the times be we are stuck because of fear. And there's a refusal to push through that fear. Even if it's like you need to speak your mind about something, whatever it is, you may be fearing the unknown, but that unknown is where everyone's potential lies. That darkness, that I don't know what comes next, that is where everyone's potential lies. And the Page of Wands is really about just doing it anyway. Doing it anyway despite the fear. Because the Page of Wands, in combination with the Chariot in reverse, this isn't somebody who's super confident with what the High Priestess, their potential, the unknown, even though their intuition is screaming at them, it is time to do this. It's for you. It's calling. But, you know, the Page of Wands is a mix of fire and earth. So it's about feeling inspired enough to get started, but doing the groundwork that it takes in order to finish it. Why this needs to change, although I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Magician reversed, Magician and the High Priestess, huh? And the Five of Cups, because you will regret it if you don't. So the Magician in reverse really likes to show up when we are doubting ourselves. When we doubt ourselves, so maybe we don't even try. Or maybe we feel like we have to manipulate our way out or into a situation in order to feel safe or in order to feel successful. And that is not the way. I also feel like with this reprioritization I was talking about, I think that you're giving your time or your energy or spending your money on something, someone, whatever it is, that is not conducive to where you're trying to go or what you're trying to do. And to be honest with you, I feel like you have to take something off of your plate in order to do this. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like you're holding on to something just because it's your comfort zone, so you can make yourself busy with this other thing even though there's something way bigger, and so you're pretending like you're busy with this other thing that really doesn't have any benefit for you, you know? Like for instance with my Substack, right? I'm like, okay, like I love to write, I love my Substack, I love to do that, but it's not really in the grand scheme of things. Like I want something that people can hold. I want something that people can say, Violetta Alexis wrote that, right? And it's like, Substack is cool, right? I can write these little poems and I can write these little things, or I can go on Twitter and write these little one-liners. Okay, that's great. Like, nobody is going to fucking remember that shit at the end of the day. And honestly, that is just an excuse to not write my book. You know? Oh no, I have to work on my Substack. For who? There's 84 people there, bitch, right? So there's some kind of Substack situation in your life, let's say, that it doesn't mean you can't love it. It doesn't mean that you can't even pick it up, but you need to prioritize something, because if you don't, you are going to regret it. I promise you. Your advice, Five of Pentacles reversed. The Empress reversed. The Ten of Swords. Nowhere to go but up. Let's go. Get out of your own way. You have so much inside of you to deliver to the world, to deliver to yourself, whatever it is. You owe it to you to do it. You know why else the unknown is scary? It's not just because, oh my God, I'm afraid to go into the unknown. The unknown is also equally or even more scary when we never did it at all. And it's the not knowing what could have came of it because we didn't try at all. That is the real scary unknown. That is the scary unknown. Not the, oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen. Oh my God, if I try this. If you don't at all, you will never know what could have happened. You want to talk about regret? So that is my TED Talk for you for today, okay? Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. What's up, Casey? Capricorn, let's see what you need to change. Seven of Cups reversed. Judgment reversed. The Moon reversed. Okay. Capricorn, so there's a couple of different things, okay? And you're going to have to pick which one suits you, right? For some of you, you may be living in delusionalville, and not in the good way, of something that has occurred that you feel like you've had no part in, or that you don't want to take part in, or that you want to act like you didn't have a hand to play in whatever this may be. So you keep suppressing it. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to address it. You don't want to take account of it. You don't want to even look at it. And that is the one thing that is keeping you from the change you so desperately need, honestly. Because if you're living in this delusionalville about what has occurred and that you had no part to play in how it got here, this is how you're going to stay here. Okay? For others of you, you have to get your head out of the clouds. you have to you have to get your head out of the clouds about a situation. Like, something bigger is calling to you, and you keep ignoring it because you feel like you're going to shit your pants. Like, you it's like a bigger deal. It's, the judgment in the upright is like God's calling. It's like, "Hello, I need you to go here. I need you to do this thing. I need you to take this path. I need you to make the choice." Seven of Cups in reverse. But there's like these options, or these distractions is really what I want to say, that keeps you in this avoidant mindset. No, it kind of reminds me of Sagittarius reading a little bit, because there is fear here, but it's more so about, and there is a lack of prioritization. But it's kind of like when it's very Saturn and Sagittarius. It's like where we want to get all of these things done at once, and so we never finish anything. you know, we never finish anything. Oh, that painting that I started 6 months ago that I have no idea is going to sell for like 10 grand in 2026, but I don't know that right now because I'm too busy picking up all of these other little things instead of being like, I need to finish what I start. It's like you have no idea. How could you if you don't finish it? But this is really ultimately about needing to get over yourself, or needing to overcome some fear, and listen to what your intuition is telling you about needing to make a very realistic decision that has everything to do with your life journey and your purpose. The Hangman reverse for the why this needs to change. The Two of Cups reversed. The Wheel of Fortune. This, like, could you imagine if, like, for instance, and I know this is controversial because there's a lot of conspiracy around this, and honestly, I believe a lot of it, but it's just the first thing that popped into mind. Could you imagine if like Disney, like Walt Disney, just like was like, he did Mickey Mouse, right? He was like, I'll just, I don't know, I'll fuck with that mouse thing later. I don't really want to do that. It's time for me to go back to my janitor job. And there's nothing wrong with being a janitor. Okay. But the what could be and the potential of something, as long as we're willing to take action on it, can be so much more important than what we think is important. Does that make sense? It's really about needing to move forward. It's almost like this sense, like this fear of not having control over something, or maybe it's a fear of failure in some way. But it's almost like keeping yourself delusional in all of these other projects instead of pinning down and making the sacrifice. Because I feel like a sacrifice needs to be made with that hangman being there. Sacrifice needs to be made, but first perspective must be had in order for you to connect with this thing, in order for you to actually have this. Like the wheel of fortune is Jupiter. It's like the wheel turning in your favor. But once again, the hangman is Neptune. And I was talking about delusion. And not the good kind either. It's about really needing to be honest with yourself about what you need to prioritize and the decision that you need to make in order to, for something to be fortuitous for you. If this is about love, okay, and you guys have been refusing to take accountability, where your hand did play a part, this is about compassion and perspective and sacrifice of one's own ego and self-sabotaging behaviors in order to have a higher vibrational relationship, in order to have a relationship that truly um is not one like you've had before, either with a spouse that you're with now, or if you're single, for one that could come around. Queen of Cups reversed, the Page of Swords, this is your advice. The Two of Wands reversed. It's once again this indecision. Some of you, um, for some of you, if you're on the end where you're not taking accountability for something and you keep trying to avoid it, you may need to be open-minded enough to let your ego go and whatever lies you're telling yourself, and have it in you, have the integrity enough to be honest with yourself and show up more as a student in this person's life as opposed to a dictator or somebody who thinks that they know everything. I feel like it's really about humility towards another person and needing to show up with an open mind as opposed to one whom has already decided. For others of you, if this is about your own trust issues, or if this is about a part that you played, even if you are deemed the victim, okay, in one way or another, you still, at the end, this is also very controversial, right? But let me give you an example. If there's somebody in my life and they keep taking advantage of me, and I'm like, oh, well, and then they take advantage of me again. And then I see it and I ignore it. And then I allow them to take advantage of me again. I am not just a victim, I am a self made victim. And there are a lot more things that I would like to be known as far as self made goes than a self made victim. There are better things to be known for and to know yourself as. And I feel like for some of you, it's really about making or let's say, taking the road less traveled by you specifically and doing something that is different. Instead of like for instance, instead of accepting that behavior again, don't. Because through change, intentional change, A, comes courage, B, comes healing. But you have to sometimes be the one to make the change. Some of you need to trust what your heart is telling you about something, about making that decision. Okay. And I don't mean like the heart where it's like, oh, well, maybe they didn't mean that passive aggressive comment that they've said like 20 different times of the span of like a year of knowing that, like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. Sometimes you have to treat yourself like you are your own parent. If you were your own parent, what advice would you give yourself? You know what I'm saying? So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Hey, small TV. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, let's see what needs to change. The Four of Wands. The Emperor. Maybe a masculine for some of you. Okay. Justice reversed. Ooh, really? I need one more for this. It is very interesting what can happen when we go from making decisions out of spite, even if that's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to be the hottest. I just went through a breakup, so I'm going to show them, I'm going to show them how hot I can be. As opposed to making decisions from a place of inner authority, detachment from an outcome, and for self. Emperor is Aries. Aries is about self. The King of Wands in reverse and the Justice in reverse may make decisions based around his own ego because he feels out of balance or he feels like there was some kind of injustice. So, now he or she has to post a bunch of pictures of themselves flexing in the gym. And that's okay. We can be proud of, right? But like, why are we doing it? Are we doing it for another? Are we doing it for self? What happens when the spite goes away? And what does that say about us when we are willing to do better for ourselves because of the injustice of another versus the justice for ourselves, within ourselves, for ourselves? Mm. Why does this need to change? Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Swords, the Fool. Hmm. The Fool is such an interesting character. The Zero is, and the Fool is a representation of how light and innocent spirit is. The the lighthearted approach that we take to the new when we are full of childlike wonder and da, 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 da. And I feel like there's an adventure. I know that sounds so corny, but there's an adventure waiting for you. But it's as if you're giving your energy, your time, or your thoughts to something else that's not allowing you, something heavier like spite, allowing that to be your motivator instead of cutting the shit and doing it for you, for your journey. And sometimes the spite works. But for instance, I think it's important to ask, if we go to the gym example, okay, and we haven't been going at all, barely at all. But the second that someone breaks our heart or we see somebody that we like, then we go. What does that say about how you feel about you? And it's okay. Sometimes these things happen. Sometimes these are great motivators, but it's also welcome for reflection. And this is about being honest with self as well. Being very honest about that. Because the reason for the journey will very much tell you what that journey looks like. I'm going to confess something here that's not going to be easy for me to confess, although I've mentioned it before. I started this channel because I got my heart broken. And, or not started this channel, but I started the tarot business because I got my heart shattered. And it was a way for me to prove something or to wade in my own heartbreak, right? Tarot is all about the love readings and the da 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 da. And then, like, I found that after I wasn't wounded anymore, I really didn't like it. I really didn't like it anymore. Like, it was okay, but I wasn't motivated. Why? Because that spite went away, that heartbreak went away. Okay. Of course, I regained it to a point. But when we attach our journeys to these things for and about other people, we have to think about what is coming once that has seen its day. Advice. There's a lot of like court card energy, kind of. Queen of Wands reversed, Eight of Wands, Six of Swords. This is basically what I said. Okay. Queen of Wands in reverse. She likes to show up when he or she or he is insecure, can't take the lead in their own life. They're doing things for attention. They're doing things from a place of insecurity. They're, yeah. And I feel like all the advice that I just gave you, I feel like this is exactly what it's saying. What is the motive? What is the motive, and how long does that last until we realize that we don't have the motive for it anymore because what was motivating it in the first place is now dead. Okay. Thank you so much, Aquarius. I really appreciate it. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Let's move on to Pisces. What's up, Shannon? You're welcome, Vanessa. I hope you have a good one. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Let's see, Pisces. Let's go ahead and see what needs to change. Four of Swords. King of Pentacles. This may be for a masculine, so reverse it if you need to. Ace of Wands reversed. Hmm. So I'm seeing this as a couple of different things, okay? Um, for some of you, this is very much about isolation, okay? You may be stuck in this healing mode that you just haven't come out of since, 1994, you know? And you may have found comfort and stability there, okay? And you may know that you need to maybe get back out there in the dating world, or you need to start getting motivated to be around people again, or something like that, or you need to be in a relationship again. Maybe it's something that you're ready for, maybe you're avoiding it. And I'm not saying anybody has to be in a relationship, okay? This is just a general reading. But ask yourself why you keep delaying that, or why you keep putting that off, or why you keep maybe staying in this isolative, is isolative a word? This isolating place. Maybe just like your peace. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but too much isolation can really rewire your brain. That is not, and we live in a social world, but it'll rewire your brain, and not always in a good way. I think isolation is important sometimes for certain things. But for others of you, it has been quite a long time. Okay. For others of you, hmm, some of you work too much. Some of you work way too much. Like to the point where you have lost sight of your own passions, or you're focused so much on the daily grind, or like the day to day, or like bills, or business, or work. I'm not saying that you can't be. I think that that is also important. But some of you are doing it at the expense of your own personal joy. When it's like, you know, go touch grass, go touch grass. Like there may be something that you're so focused on in a day-to-day basis that it has actually made you feel quite isolated in some way. For others of you, you're spending too much alone time when you have like a spouse or a person that needs you. Okay. For some of you, that can be it. Oh my God. Sorry, it's my children. Let me see the why. The Temperance in reverse. There's an imbalance here. The Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is very solo. It's very alone. The Hierophant reverse. Is that what it is? For some of you, there are commitments that you have, but you are like, for some of you, it really is about avoiding those commitments, or there's so much of an imbalance in regards to the commitments that you have. So putting too much time and energy into one area when you have other commitments that you need to focus on. And it may be that something leaves your life because of this, because your attention is too focused on one thing. But you need to prioritize in some way. Yes. Oh my God. Okay, give me a second, please. I'm reading. I'll be right there. Can you shut my door? Thank you. Sorry about that, kids. Um, hmm. Death in reverse, Ten of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. King and the Queen of Pentacles. Is this a distraction? Is this a distraction? Is that what it is? God damn, of course the last one has to be like a fucking jigsaw puzzle. There's a King of Pentacles in your energy, and then there's a Queen of Pentacles for your advice with the Ten of Cups. There's like in the Death in reverse, which tells me that you have not let go of somebody, or there are some changes that need to be made in a relationship with another person. But it feels like you're delaying it for some reason. So if the King of Pentacles is what you need to change, and there's a Queen of Pentacles here for your advice with the Ten of Cups, it makes me feel like there's a woman here. Reverse it if you need to. But for some of you, there may be this energy of you having commitment issues. You could have commitment issues, even though you love somebody very, very much. There could be this energy of you feel like everything should be handed to you, so you act very entitled, maybe. Oh my God, that's my damn cat. But there's something that needs to change. What needs to change? The Seven of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse can sometimes talk about somebody who's too focused on themselves, like very focused on self, self, self. But there's a Ten of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles here, which tells me that there's another that I feel like you need to focus on. Or if this is somebody from your past, there may be a change that needs to be made, or a confession or truth needs to be made in order for you to honor not just your commitments, but your sense of integrity around another person. Oof. Like I said, reverse this if you need to, but for a lot of you, this person may be very suited to you, or this person who has a commitment to you, or you know, I don't know, maybe it's a business partner, but I don't think so with that Ten of Cups. So this is about you really needing to be honest with somebody, in my opinion, instead of like avoiding it. I feel like you're avoiding it, or you're, you know, trying to act indifferent, or there's some healing that you need to acquire, let's say, but you're needing to be responsible and do it. And you're needing to be responsible and be honest with another individual in order for this change that you probably very desperately want in order for it to change, for it to happen. Anyway, okay. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Reverse this if you need to, okay? But that's what I have for you. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Give me 1 second. I gotta go say good night to my girls, okay? I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Thank you guys for waiting. Okay. I get you, Tom. You know, I was gonna go to this like sober meetup thing with people where it's like they tell their sober stories, but then I was like, people, you know, I could really honestly I should really take my own advice. 1 sec. Oh man, I'm getting the zoomies. About to go grab my cat and kiss her face. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Alrighty. Love it. Cool. I have to take my sleeping pills. I'm sure that was super attractive. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna use deck. I haven't used my Game of Thrones one in a while. You know, I'm gonna use my Game of Thrones. Dun, 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 dun. I'm ready for that Venus sextile Pluto this week. I'm so excited. Lori, I hope everything went okay with the move. I hope you're settled now anyway. What's up, Scorpion Monkey? Sorry, I didn't see your comment. All right. I'm so sorry, Lori. I'm honestly so sorry. My mom screamed at the damn movers. She was like coming to me and she was like complaining to me about it, right? And I was there while the movers were there. And she's like, I know these motherfuckers are scamming me. I just know it, right? And she's like, she's about to have like a total meltdown. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, just try to relax, like whatever. And within the next 30 minutes, all I hear, you motherfuckers are scammers, scammers. I'm like, oh my God. And they're like trying to explain something to her, and she's just like not having it. Like, not at all. Not in any capacity. She was not, she cussed them out. It was so bad. What's up, bad lady vet? How are you? All right, let's do this. All right, we got my girl Monica. How does my husband and his flirty coworker feel about each other? How does he feel about her? I'm not really getting like lovey feely things, but there are with the star reverse, the world reverse, and the seven of wands reverse. There may be some kind of like intimidation factor that's happening here, but there's some kind of unfinished business between the two of them. But once again, you know, this doesn't really feel flirty per se or anything like that. It feels like he has some kind of lack of hope around the connection or around some kind of unfinished project or around some kind of unfinished business between the two of him, between the two of them, where he feels like he needs to back off or where he feels like he needs to, um, I don't know, he feels like intimidated or like backed into a corner around some kind of unfinished business between the two of them. But there's not really, let's see how she feels. Oh. The sun reversed, the devil, and the three of wands in reverse. I don't really like this. It feels like there is a strange attraction, or it's interesting. I actually didn't mean to say attraction. I actually meant to say obsession. So that's weird that that popped out, but it feels like this somehow feeds her ego in some kind of way. This feeds her ego in some kind of way. She has a sense of like false optimism. She seems to be very attached to him in some way, but she's frustrated because she's not getting something that she wants. Because the three of wands is reversed. As the three of wands in the upright is like, oh, we're waiting for something to happen. Yay, you know, and then we're gonna have a reason to celebrate because the four of wands comes after the three of wands. But the three of wands reverse is like, I'm not getting something that I want. Um, Advice for you in regards to this, it's asking you to stay grounded. It's asking you when it comes to dealing with this situation, Remain persistent if there's any kind of persistence that you need to have in this situation, whether it's like having a conversation with him or what have you. Make sure that you're being practical, responsible, and once again, patient and grounded when it comes to the situation. Like, I want to say, handle this with maturity, with some decorum, right? Or whatever, and I'm not saying you wouldn't do that. This is just the advice. Thank you so much, Monica. I really appreciate that. We have 4ZN2. My wife and I married fast. She doesn't have faith in our relationship anymore and she wants out. I moved out 2 weeks ago. She requested 5 therapy sessions before we sit down to talk, but told me today she doesn't want to hurt anyone and doesn't want to be with me anymore. There's a 7-year-old involved, her daughter. I want to fight for my marriage, but I don't know how. What's going on with her? Why is she like not wanting to? The Two of Swords. She keeps going back and forth. There may be something that she's avoiding, or she may feel that if you guys stay together, there may be something that she has to bring up or some kind of chaotic conversation that might come up. And I don't know what it's around, but it seems like she wants to avoid it. Yeah, see? She's like stuck on the fence. She doesn't want to, oh God, I don't want to there's a fear there, but she's doing it to herself. I think that something can be discussed, but the Eight of Swords is a self-imposed prison. King of Swords. I feel like she's getting advice from someone. I don't know if it's a therapist. I don't know if it's her dad. I don't know who it is, but she seems to be getting advice. Somebody seems to be giving her solid advice. But she may have a fear of being trapped in something, or having a conversation or needing to make a decision that she rather avoid. So I don't know what that's about. How you can save your marriage. 9 of Wands reversed, the 5 of Wands reversed, and the 3 of Cups. The 9 of Wands in reverse is essentially about letting your guard down. And also letting go of the ego. Not saying that you live in your ego or anything like that, but the 5 of Wands in reverse is a call to action when it comes to letting down our walls, not showing up in a conversation with the intent to immediately defend, but to understand. And I say that because that 3 of Cups is there. So this is like Mercury in Cancer. It's about having a conversation where we're being receptive and we're being emotionally mature and communicative about whatever it is that we need to communicate about. But it's letting down our guard and not feeling like we're there to fight a battle or feeling like we're there to win. We're there to understand. Your advice for this is Venus. See, told you. And then bring love into the situation. So there you go. So once again, this is about letting down the ego. This is more about being receptive, understanding, showing up with love, showing up as if you see her value, you see her opinion, or her viewpoint, her perspective as valuable, and to keep in mind to show up in love and humility. And I'm not saying you would do otherwise. This is just the advice. Okay. Thank you so much for ZN2. By the way, Hypsee apparently emailed you. Okay. Just FYI. Thanks a lot. Okay, so we have Karina, but I'm not going to read this out loud because she specifically asked me not to. Okay, so you know your first question. Let's see. Nine of Cups reversed with the Ten of Pentacles tells me that there's some kind of foundation, some kind of vision that this person has had for you, or maybe you guys were an established connection, maybe you are now, maybe you guys talked a lot about the future, whatever it is. But the Nine of Cups in reverse tells me that there may be something that doesn't quite check off a particular box that he has, something that makes him happy on an individual level. um it feels to me like he may be focused on things of a more selfish nature, because the Nine of Cups is in reverse. It can also be a sense of somebody who is overindulging in things that are not necessarily good for them because they feel like they're not getting something that they want from somewhere else. Okay. When asking if he's gonna, you know what you asked. I have the Ace of Pentacles with the Tower. So it seems like a seed will be planted. So my answer would be yes, but the Tower may be something that comes out of nowhere. It may be that there's serious change that's going to need to be made in order for this seed to actually be watered and grown. So my answer would be yes, but it is not going to come without its challenges. And I need you to be prepared for that. Okay. Thank you. And Karina times two. You know what your question is. You asked me not to read it out loud. I'm glad that you put that in front of the question, because some people put it after and I'm like, well, I already read the whole fucking thing. So thank you for doing that. All right, let's see. If you do, this is what will occur. There will be mind games, manipulation, and potentially deception. What you should do, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I really wouldn't take action on this right now. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't, because I don't think that this is the time. Um, Especially when I saw the Nine of Cups in reverse. Once again, you may be met with some kind of manipulation, some kind of deception, some kind of runaround, somebody taking you for a ride. Let's say that. Okay. So I wouldn't really do anything right now. Thank you so much. Then we have Faye. Hey, beautiful. Hello. What should I do? What should I know now? You have a big decision that you need to make. It's something that either does align with your morals, your values, and who you are on a fundamental level, or it's a very logical decision that you need to make in order to get yourself out of a crappy situation. The Four of Cups in reverse can also talk about somebody who is able to see or have gratitude for the little things in life, because they start seeing the little things in life as being something to be grateful for. And I feel like there's something that you're needing to see that's right in front of you that you need to make a decision on, that's either going to get you out of a disappointing situation, or is going to bring you something that you want. The Hermit in reverse. This may be telling you that you are the only one that's going to be able to do this. No one can do it for you. The Hermit in reverse can also talk about somebody that needs to go outside and touch grass, okay? Or somebody that is done with their dark night of the soul journey, needs to kind of come out of hiding, so to speak, or now is ready to start kind of putting themselves out there in whatever way you see as important for you. And it could also be that if you put yourself out there, you may attract a lovers type situation, which is, there's definitely worse things to attract with that with that lovers there. I feel like somebody is coming towards you with that Knight of Wands. I feel like a Knight of Wands character is coming towards you, but you may feel like they're more of a burden than what they're worth, or you may not be giving them attention because you feel like they're either self-entitled, or once again, you feel like it's more of a burden Let me get advice on that really quick. The Six of Pentacles. I feel it's something worth a shit, or something that can be very valuable. But you may not see it that way initially, okay? Doesn't mean that you have to give your entire life to this person, but I do think that this person brings something of value. You have much to be grateful for, or you will if you feel like you don't now. You're honest, and then we have a win-win outcome is forecast. So this is for your advice. So this is about doing something different. This is about breaking free from your chains, whatever those may be, whether that's a mental prison that you put inside of yourself, whether you just lock yourself in the house all day, whatever your quote unquote prison is. And I feel like this is about needing to take some kind of radical change, needing to take action towards something. I do feel like either a relationship is on the horizon or something is getting ready to close out, like in a positive way, where you can have a win win outcome with another person. But I feel like it's going to take some kind of change, or it's going to take you kind of taking a leap of faith in some direction in your life. I hope that made sense. Thank you so much, Faye. I appreciate you. All right. We have Zaza. Hey V, how does Carmine feel about me? Are we a good match? Why am I not? Thanks, gorgeous. Sure. Okay, let me see. How does Carmine feel about Zaza? Ace of Cups. This person has love for you, has an attraction for you. I feel like they have something to offer you and they want what you have to offer. Are they a good match together? The Eight of Pentacles. I feel like it would be work, but I feel like you guys would definitely push the other one to do better with your lives, have a better routine, have a better diet, have a lot of different things. Like I said, I think it's going to take mastery. I think it's going to take work, but I think it would be worth it. Six of Cups. I do feel like this is either a past life connection, if you believe in that kind of thing, or this is something that would feel like a gift to you, is probably a gift to you. And I also believe that you are a gift to this person. I don't just think it would be romantic, although I do think that that is a factor. I also think that this is a friendship kind of soulmate energy as well. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. I'm getting kind of like a little bit of an immaturity from somebody, I will say, with that Six of Cups to the Page of Pentacles in reverse. This can definitely show somebody who we're running with our feelings, but maybe we're not putting in as much effort as the other person wants us to. And I do feel like there will be effort that's needed, but I feel like somebody may kind of drag their ass for a while, or they may take a little bit longer. They may be relying solely on the feelings as opposed to actual practical steps to making this something sustainable. Okay. But I think it looks positive ultimately. I feel like you guys would work well together. Thanks a lot, Zaza. Carol, what sign / who is my next lover? Show me the sign. Three of Pentacles. This is Mars and Capricorn. Okay, so it could be somebody who has that placement, Mars and Capricorn, or this person could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or rising. So it looks like Capricorn energy. Okay, but that is specifically Mars and Capricorn. It could be somebody you work with, it could be somebody that you collaborate with, somebody you know from a coworker, something like that, maybe. Show me who this person is. The Lovers in reverse. They may have a Gemini placement. The Lovers in reverse can, you know, they're not always like the most committal person. They can sometimes play the blame game a little bit. This can be somebody who may have a couple of options when you meet them, and it's more so making me think that as well because that Three of Pentacles is there. So what I want to say is make sure that your self-worth is sky high before you go out and attracting somebody or attempting to date someone, because there may, and it can't just be that there's like maybe some miscommunication between you and this person. Maybe you meet online in like a weird way, I don't know, but it's a little word of caution. Strong Capricorn placement though, or they're a Mars in Capricorn. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, Carol. By the way, if you guys got a super chat with me, please leave me a review on Hypsee and let me know how I did. All right, we have Pink Shrimp. An ex-girlfriend's sister stopped talking, talking to me. An ex-girlfriend's sister. Okay, stopped talking to me. At first, she sympathized because her sister was caught. But suddenly she wouldn't answer my calls and told me she's going to get back to me last month, but didn't. What's her deal? An ex-girlfriend's sister. Why did she stop talking to this person? Because her intuition told her to. There's something that she knows that you don't, or there's something that she was told. There may be a little bit of a conflict with her conscience for some reason with that High Priestess and that Five of Wands about giving to this. I think that she sees value in the connection, but there's a battle with her conscience. Something about her intuition is like, yeah, I don't think this is a good idea. She may know that it's going to inevitably cause some kind of drama for whatever reason. Is he going to hear from her? The Emperor, the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. If you're the masculine, I don't know. There's a masculine energy here with this Emperor who seems to be taking initiative, seems to be, has a good sense of inner authority. It's a divine masculine energy. With that Queen of Wands, there's a feminine energy here who's quite confident in her decisions and who she is. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse tells me that she may be feeling like something could be a waste of time or a bad investment, something like that with that Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Or there can be like a lack of patience here, somebody growing impatient with another or with a specific situation, or there's no fruit on the tree, so to speak. Your advice is Aquarius, and communication is key. Okay. Interesting that you have two air sign energies here. This to me is about taking a very detached and logical approach to this situation. It could be that you communicate to this person, but ultimately there's something that she knows. There's something that this person knows, and you may know it too, but it may be like an unspoken thing between the two of you, and it may be telling you that you need to be more honest about something, okay? Or it can just be saying that Mm, what do you mean by that communication? Ten of Wands in reverse. Aquarius, Uranus. It can be saying that you're needing to break free from this communication for now, because something may end up being more of a burden than what it's worth in the moment. Okay. So it really depends on your personal situation. But thank you so much, Pink Shrimp. I appreciate that. All right. We got Playboy Bunny. I have a little work crush. His name is blank. I won't say because I don't want, who knows? Who knows who watches this, right? Wondering his thoughts and feelings about me. What is his perspective of Playboy Bunny? Queen of Cups reversed, the Three of Cups. This person likes hanging around you. They feel like you're friendly. They feel like you're cool to talk to. I think they enjoy your company. But with that Queen of Cups in reverse, this person may feel like you have some emotional issues, or maybe you shared something with them that was very traumatic for you. Maybe they feel like you have trust issues or you're overly sensitive. There's something there in the undercurrent of how they're perceiving you that they feel like is a little unsteady. Their feelings. Nine of Cups, Seven of Wands in reverse. What do you mean by that? Mm. I feel like this person is happy with where things are in this very moment. I think that they enjoy your company. I think that there are a lot of things that they feel like you have, qualities that you have, etc., that make them feel like I really like this. Or, but they seem to be very comfortable with where things are at. It seems like they're not interested in really making a big sacrifice right now, or they're not interested in putting up a big fight for this. It seems like they're kind of at peace with where things are in the moment. That makes sense. Thank you so much, Playboy Bunny. Playboy Bunny times two. Also wanting to know Jonathan's thoughts and feelings about. Oh shit! Why did I say? I don't mean to say the damn names. About so and so's thoughts and feelings about me. You were right. His energy has been wonky lately. Okay, let me see. This person may feel like you're holding on to some kind of old pain or some old issues between you and them. Um, or if it's nothing to do between you and them, they just may feel like you're holding on to something from the past that is causing you to lack change in your life or make the changes necessary in order to move forward from some kind of traumatic situation. Why do both of these people see that in you? I noticed that both of these people kind of see that similar, like a similar pattern for some reason. I'm not sure why. Feelings. Page of Wands reversed and the Hermit in reverse. There doesn't really seem to be a whole lot of confidence in this for some reason. Um, it seems like he's either paranoid or he wants to isolate from this at times. He may be delaying a conversation out of paranoia, or maybe if there's something, for instance, that is going to cause him to be open and honest about him as a person, he may be trying to avoid that. But it doesn't seem positive. If I'm going to be totally honest with you, Playboy, it doesn't seem positive. It seems like he's more either avoiding something or there's a paranoia that's kind of removing any level of confidence he may have when it comes to engaging with this. Thank you so much, Playboy. Okay, so I'm not going to read the question out loud, but I have to put pink shrimp. I have to put the name just for the timestamp for Lori. Okay. I'm going to read this to myself though. I'm sorry that is so. I mean, it's not funny, but okay. Seven of Swords reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Seven of Swords in reverse can sometimes show up when we feel guilty about something. So there can be this level of guilt that this person is particularly feeling about your situation, but I feel like it's coming from a level, all of this is more so coming from a level of immaturity. um the Knight of Pentacles in reverse as well can be somebody who's highly critical of others, highly critical of themselves. And the Seven of Swords can also talk about somebody who's more so focused on themselves, more so focused on self, what I need, what I want, as opposed to, right, because the Seven of Swords in the upright, this is Moon in Aquarius regardless of how you spin it, okay? But the Seven of Swords and the upright, this is like where we're doing things and making sacrifices for the good of the group, right? Aquarius, the group, the people, okay? Even as a couple. Moon is the emotions, but in reverse, it's about me, 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 okay? So put it in like Moon and Leo instead, which is the opposite of Aquarius. Nothing wrong with Moon and Leo, but view this as like the shadow side of like Moon and Leo almost. It takes on those more selfish qualities. It takes on more about me, me, me. And I feel like, once again, it's just coming from a level of immaturity. And there also may be I don't know, a lack of, not even an interest really in working on that or figuring that out. So I don't know if it's even really a guilty conscience because it's almost like there's an avoidance of being conscious of it at all. Um, I can pull advice. Mm, well, this may be a time where you need to start being a little bit selfish, okay? This may be a time where, if you are not feeling, let me put it like this. Um, I dated somebody where I felt very similar to what you're saying. And it got to a point where I felt like I needed to do it to either keep said person, or I needed to do this in order to appease this person. I needed to do this in order, maybe for my own validation. I just, I was obligated. And like, that was not enjoyable for me. So I started getting to a point where I was like, I'm just going to do this when I want, when I feel comfortable. And which is not only going to take work from you, but it's going to take work from the other individual. So if there's somebody who's not making you feel desired, cared for, and I don't mean like just physical stuff. I mean, does this person listen to you when you talk? Is this person considerate of your feelings? Do they take accountability for their own crap? Things like this. If you do not feel comfortable in engaging that way, then you should not do it. And really, you have to think about it like this, okay? You have to act like, so when you go to a restaurant, right? I really want you to go read my article that I wrote called The Hostess on my Substack. And this very much talks about this. But it's on wheredeadflowersbloom.com, okay? You can find it in my bio or in my description box. But every restaurant, right? Fancy restaurants, right? They have a dress code. There are certain rules that you need to abide by and blah 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 blah, right? Maybe there's a certain amount that you have to spend. Whatever it is, okay? And this is all metaphorical. I want you to treat dating you like the restaurant. The restaurant has a code. That is it. Your body, your time, your space, your energy. It is like a restaurant that has a dress code, etc. Okay? It has requirements. And you, being the moving body, you are the hostess. And if somebody comes in to your establishment and wants to eat there, right? And they're not wearing their proper clothes, you immediately have to honor that code. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to eat here dressed like that. Okay, now obviously I'm being a little bit comical about it, but regardless of your feelings, act like you work for yourself. Act like you have employed yourself to make sure that anybody who enters your life has to abide by these codes. And maybe you write these codes down. Maybe you set them up. Maybe, you write them in your phone. I don't care. Whatever you have to do to remember your own code and abide by that. So at the end of the day, you look at somebody and you say, okay, well, yeah, you can eat there, but you have to go home and change. You have to change your behavior. You have to change, you have to, uh, you know, act with integrity. Whatever your rules are, what are the fundamental rules for you? And you look at them and say, this is up to you on how you want this to go. I just work here. That's how you have to kind of look at it sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't even know if you're in here, you're going to be watching. There is volume. Everybody can hear. So I don't know what you're talking about. But I will post it. I don't think that this person is here. Let me see. Here it is. I will post the article and you can go read it, okay? If you feel like it. But I feel like this is really great advice for what you are asking for. Okay. So you are here. Okay. So that is an article that I wrote about what you are asking about, okay? Lori, with the timestamp, if you would not mind, I'm sorry to put extra work on you, but if you wouldn't mind posting that link next to this person's um, timestamp, I would really appreciate it. Um, Alrighty. Wow, interesting. Your advice is cardinal and your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So it's like I just told you, like employ yourself, you know? It's funny. Your hard work is paying off. It will, but you have to take the initiative. You know, you have to take the initiative. Thank you so much. We have Ashley B, whatever comes to you. Sure. Five of Cups and the King of Swords. So I'm getting a couple of different things. I kind of wanted to know like what's coming to you within the next month, and I got the Five of Cups with the King of Swords. So this can represent somebody expressing something to you, somebody from the past. They can be expressing some kind of level of regret, maybe even an apology. This can also be somebody here who is trying to make you see reason in regards to something that you have been through. And I feel like this is a masculine energy, but I feel like this is somebody who is very fair and kind and polite and honest. And I feel like this is somebody who is trying to assist you with either some kind of trauma, some kind of breakup. They're trying to help you see how you can transmute something negative into something positive, something that you've been through. So it really depends on your personal situation. Four of Wands in the world. If you can go traveling, I would go traveling. Other than that, I really want you to give yourself a reason to celebrate. Like, do something. I don't mean something toxic. Okay. I'm not saying that you would do something toxic, but I mean something that feels very freeing to you, something that is fun. Work on something to completion that gives you a reason to honor yourself and to celebrate in your own way. So if this is like, oh, you've been writing a book for like 6 months, like finish that shit. Finish that shit because it will likely be very successful or whatever the thing is that you've been attempting to work on. Thanks a lot, Ashley. Sorry, I don't know why I just made that face. Cassie, give me something good to look forward to, gorgeous. Let's see. Show me the good stuff only within the next 3 months for Cassie. Ooh, your sign popping up. The strength card. I love that. Definitely in your high vibe energy. I feel like you have a reason to be confident. There could be something very passionate or someone that's very passionate that ends up entering your life in one way or another. It could feel like something that's been delayed or something that you have felt held back from or that you have held yourself back from in some way. It seems like it can get started now. There's something that may have been on your mind for a while that has stressed you out to no end, or that has really made you think illogically, is something that has maybe given you sleepless nights, or some things that you've been battling with. I feel like you're going to see resolve from that, or you're going to get some kind of answer that you've been looking for. Devil in reverse. Something that's been blocking your way is what I'm feeling. Like something that's been blocking your way, something that has been blocking you, something you felt held back from in one way or another. There's a release of whatever that is. And through that, strength is being galvanized, I guess you could say. But something is being removed that was keeping you from moving forward, looking at things objectively and making some kind of decision that you're needing to make. So I feel like that looks really good. I love you, Cassie. Thank you. All righty. I'm a Cap. Oh my God, are you really? That's so funny. All right. I'm getting out of here. I love you. Oh my God. Sorry. I love you guys. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Oh, you're welcome, Kenneth. I thought I wasn't doing enough scenes. I'm doing plenty. Oh, that's awesome. Good for you, Kenneth. Okay, I love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.